Make sure you include your audio.
Yep, done.
Perfect. If you want to, before we start, just go on the stream and just see if you can hear yourself before we start.
Yep, we'll check. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Oh, God. Right, are you all good? I think you should be alright if you included your audio.
Yep, I
That's
can
it.
hear myself really well.
Alright, here we go then. Good afternoon everyone, it's the Portuguese Grand Prix for round 14 in 2022. QC Rocket leads the championship by 1 point with his championship rival, Echo, just right behind him. This is the first visit to Algarve International Circuit for ZRL, so let's hope we see some great racing action here today. With a top speed then of 212 miles per hour. Not one, but two DRS zones. They put one in between turns 4 and 5, and the race to that record is still up for grabs here in Portimao. This race is going to be a very, very exciting one. So, today then, joining me in the commentary box, we have Xbox Culver for a change. So, please welcome Xbox.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Portimao. Like Jack said, there is a very close battle between Echo and QC, with only 1 point going to this race, with QC leading the championship.
There is, and we've got some things going on today. We've got obviously Xbox Culver in the commentary box with me, as he did receive a race ban from last race. We also have another ban with Gilpsy. He's got a quali ban, so he won't be exiting the pit lane today. And then we also have Echo Computer, the guy in P2 in the championship, is going to have a 10-second time penalty added on to his race time at the end. So let's see how that plays off then, because that will not be very good for him if Echo will be Xbox. We should mention then the new driver on the grid today for Aston Martin, DK. How do you think he's going to do today then?
I think he's got a very chance at challenging QC and Echo for the win today. Obviously, I saw him race in Dev League, and he was very consistent in his lap times and was just very quick throughout. Yeah, I think he's got a very good chance at maybe a race win here today at Portimao.
That we to see another driver thrown in the mix then between the two championship rivals. Are going to be at it all race today. So yeah, 15 minutes then of qualifying. Josh Dawson is out on a flying lap in sector 2, and he will not be the first person to put a time on the board. It looks like it will be the AlphaTauri. I think no, he won't. He's on an out lap. We're going to wait. I think it might be. Is that Bass? No, it's Ben. No, it's not Ben. Actually, it's Bass. We're going to wait for someone to cross the line. Yeah, we'll wait for someone to cross the line now. And it's that dark now to start his flying lap as well. So it looks like Josh Dawson then, as Xbox has just told me, is coming around the final corner now. Yeah, the Ferrari, that's the Ferrari gone round in sector 2 as well, as we'll have a look at that. That is Jarvis then. And I wonder how well his race is going to go today. He stops on the side of the road to let a car past, and Josh Dawson puts in a 1 minute 18.3. ADS puts in a 1 minute 22.2, so he will need to improve on that lap if he wants to be high on the table today. Zach Duck and Ben go over the line then with a 1 minute 18.4 and 0.7, and Pringles comes in with a 1 minute 17.8 in the Mercedes car, reserving today. How well do you think he's going to do today, Xbox then?
Just by that lap time, I haven't seen him race at all throughout this season, but I watched part of his lap. Very nice consistently throughout the corners. Yeah, I think he might do all right.
Yeah, I'm very excited then to see Pringles race. And also, I think we should mention, shouldn't we, Xbox, that Zach Dog has got a teammate for the first time in about 6 races.
Yes, obviously Charlie Chip had that long ban. Obviously, that ban should finish after next week because his ban finishes after the break week.
Yep.
So it should feel nice for him to have a teammate.
Yeah, and we're not 100% sure if Charlie Chip will be coming back to Z1, but there is a possibility, and if he doesn't end up coming back, we'll have to see what he'll be able to do. Obviously, as Xbox just mentioned, he did get the race ban in Silverstone, his home Grand Prix, due to be honest, I can't even remember what it happened. I think it was just dirty driving and some illegal things he was doing. But that is Pringles then coming into the pit lane in the Mercedes. DK then with a 1 minute 17.8, and he pulls into the pit lane, so he is P2 at the moment. Frugal Mars though with a 1 minute 17.5, and it looks like they're going for another lap. So we'll just watch in on this one and see how well they do it.
Jack, just a question. Who's UGL?
Where is that? Oh, UGL. Okay, no, right. We'll just have to go along with it. He's in Dev League, I think, but in reserve today then, I'm guessing. Alright then, so Frugal Mars is just about to finish the middle sector off, and does set a fastest middle sector, so will he be able to improve his lap time? We'll have to see, but where is he? Xbox Culver then, Xbox Culver, sorry, Echo Computer, he was on an out lap, but he's just gone into the pit lane, I'm pretty sure. So here comes Frugal Mars then, crosses the line and improves by 0.3 of a second there, and brings his time down to a 1 minute 17.1. So might be a challenge for DK then to, well, if he does come out again to improve, it might be a challenge for him. But Echo Computer then into the pit lane there. QC Rocket is out on an out lap, and he is the man leading the championship, so I wonder how well he's going to do Xbox today.
I think he'll do really well. Maybe another race win. He's looking really strong.
Yeah, he is looking very strong. And like we mentioned, I think it was yesterday, we said there's 2 different sides to, well, Echo and QC. They've both got pros and cons about them. So obviously, Echo Computer, he's got the speed normally in qualifying and just the fast laps, but QC Rocket is very good at managing the tyres and going for long races. So yeah, that's the difference between them, and it's starting to clash. Obviously, as we're seeing them, 1 point between them as QC Rocket goes over the line, start his flying lap, so we're going to stay on board with him. And DK's on a flying lap as well. Sorry, he's on an out lap even.
One thing I am hearing from a couple of drivers that there is going to be a wet patch during the race.
And that will change the race up a lot if we do see rain. As QC puts in a fastest first sector for his first time on the board today, so we're going to see what he can put in, and he will be hoping for that top spot today, as he needs to extend his championship out. Obviously both drivers, Echo and QC, didn't finish this last race, which led to the very nice Red Bull 1-2 with Ben and right then, so just under 9 minutes left of qualifying. We've got someone letting someone pass on the first corner, and QC over the line, and it's a P2 for him. 5 tenths off Frugal Mars, and it looks like he's going for another lap, so it's going to be back-to-back flying laps for him.
But as Echo
DK
just goes past the starting line as well, so let's see what Echo can do.
See what Echo can do. Obviously, we just mentioned Echo is very, very good on the flying laps, so we'll see what he will be able to do in this qualifying session, shall we? He obviously, well, no, he just slowed down very much there, so I'm not sure if he is going to go for the lap or not. Yeah, he's letting people pass. What do you think he's doing? Do you reckon he's trying to get a bit of get his tyres warmed up before he goes?
Yeah, that could be part of it, but also he might be trying to play a strategy game, maybe try and get a slipstream of someone that's not doing a fast lap. But quite strategic from Echo here. But yeah, looking forward to a really good race.
And there we go then. NXS, he drives for Ferrari. He will be joining now with a couple minutes remaining, 7 minutes. So he's joined a bit later, but we'll have to see what time he can put on. But Echo Computer then hasn't actually put any fastest times around the track at the minute, but round the final corner he goes with DRS, so let's see where he can put himself for the first time, and it's a 1 minute 30. Oh, what am I on about? I am talking rubbish. He isn't even on a fast lap, is he? We've just been talking about that, and anyway, so what should we talk about next then? So Frugal Mars on their out lap, still P1, the QC Rocket in P2, and I think that's a Mercedes round, is it? Mercedes round.
Yeah, that will be a Mercedes round at turn 4.
That's Zach Duck. That is a very tricky corner, and he's just hit the wall there, but that corner just behind him, I think that's the corner. Never mind. No, it isn't the corner. Never mind. I'm thinking about the wrong one. I am a bit stupid today, but it's fine. I'm hoping to see. It's nice to see different things. Like last week, we seen a Red Bull 1-2. It would be nice to see something like that again. The 1-2 with the team. That would be a nice thing to see.
I'd also like to see maybe Frugal or maybe Josh Dawson pick up a race win.
Yeah, that'd be very nice to see. They've been waiting for it all season, and the time will come for them. Definitely, they're good enough. They're good enough to do it. It's just obviously we've got QC, Echo Computer, and maybe DK in the mix now, and very, very hard drivers to catch up with, and very, very hard to get at their speed. But as I look then into the pit lane, Jarvis is going very, very slow. Very slow. No one really behind them, but ADS with 1 minute 19.7. If he wants to move up that board, he's going to have to improve that time by a second or two. So let's see what he can do around this corner here. I think he's on his final lap. Yes, he is. Obviously, don't know if any of you noticed, Jarvis pulls right onto the inside there, which makes ADS, that might have contributed to ADS nearly spinning there, and he does spin round. No, he doesn't actually. Saves it on the last minute. What was your take on that then, Xbox? Did you see that?
I didn't personally see it, but as soon as I heard, I clicked to ADS and I see him have a little spin. But if that has stopped ADS from maybe doing his fast lap, then might be some consequences in there for Jarvis.
Yeah, it's very controversial that he pulled right in front of him, shut the door on him as he was on his flying lap, and that could have been very dangerous for ADS, well, for both drivers really, as ADS comes round now, but he probably won't be able to improve after that lap, and he doesn't. He's 2.9 seconds down.
Computer pulling into the pits, who still hasn't set a lap. Been watching him for the last couple of laps, but all of his laps have been invalid.
Drivers we haven't seen put a time on the board today. Then we've got UGL Dat Mixon, new driver on the grid today. He will be reserving. We've got the Pig, hasn't put a time on the board. NXS, who joined late, and Prodigy, who hasn't got a time on the board as well. But Gilksy obviously will not be setting a time due to the quali ban that he did pick up last race. So yeah, 17 drivers on Xbox today. We haven't seen this many drivers for quite a while, I don't think, have we? Oh, and Jarvis then has retired from the session in the Mercedes, Ferrari even, and he's out in qualifying. And that will be Ben then. Did pick up a fastest middle sector, and Xbox, I don't know if you heard my question a minute ago, but obviously 17 drivers on the grid today then. We haven't had that many for quite a while. So yeah, it's nice to see that. It's nice to see more drivers on the grid, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with low numbers obviously happening in races before this, but it's nice to have a full grid and nice to see them tight, action-packed battles within the midfield and the front too.
You've got to hope that they keep it clean, and we don't see some big crashes, because safety cars, obviously safety cars, the back markers obviously will like the safety cars because it'll potentially bring them back in the race, yeah. But we don't really like, well, obviously we don't want a lot of safety cars because we just don't want to see the crashes really, and it's more work for the stewards, so you know.
Yeah.
We just
myself.
Xbox Culver, Z1 driver, steward, and now helping as a commentator, multitasker right here in the stream. And that's what I was going to mention earlier. So obviously, I don't know if a lot of you know, but come on, carry on. I'll tell you in a minute.
But obviously, what we were talking about earlier with obviously the championship battle. Looking at the standings earlier, Frugal Mars isn't out of the equation, and he's 76 points behind Echo Computer.
Yeah, Frugal Mars has definitely got a chance today. He's got the pace, and I can see him doing very, very well this season. He's already doing very well. Obviously, we're past that halfway point now. Season ends in July, so it's not really, really long to go. But what race are you most excited about then? And that's that. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's put in that dark then. Has been disqualified for driving the wrong way, but carry on, Xbox.
I personally looking forward to this race.
Yeah.
One of the most. I love Monaco. Shame I couldn't race because I was out with injury. But I like Monaco. I'm looking forward to this one. But I'm looking forward to Honda.
Yeah, sorry about that. Xbox. What? Did you ask me a question or anything?
All I said was I'm looking forward to Honda.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very good race. What I want is kind of a Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen kind of battle. Oh God, no, that's Ben. That's Ben right on the grass there. And yeah, that is the end of qualifying, by the way, actually. So waiting for a few drivers to cross the line now or enter the pit lane, and then we'll finish. But we'll keep talking for a bit then. Oh, Ben has been disqualified then. Out of qualifying, but yeah, I would love to see a Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen kind of end of the season battle with QC and Echo Computer. We've also got DK, who may be there in the mix
Echo
as well.
takes second. This is spicing up here.
He's second now, with QC down in P3 now, and he did invalidate his lap time as well.
Frugal Mars is on pole for Portugal.
And he is, Frugal Mars then. The man on pole today in the Alpine. So he'll be starting from the start of the grid. He's got the both championship contenders right behind him, with DK as well. So I don't. Yeah, he's got a lot of good drivers behind him, so he's going to have to really work hard today to keep him from.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with the talent of Echo and QC behind him, but also DK as well. So I see DK race on Friday. He had some very good pace and very good consistency, so it's going to be hard for Frugal to keep them all behind.
It really is. And here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Your finishing results for qualifying. Frugal Mars, the man on pole in Alpine with a 1 minute 17.1. And Echo Computer and QC Rocket are the next two people in the top 3. And we're going to go down the top 10 now then. We've got DK, P4, Pringles, P5, Josh Dawson, P6, Bass, P7, Zach Duck, P8, Jarvis, P9, and ADS, the race director, in P10. So, let's see how this race is going to unfold then, soon, as it's only a few minutes now until we're underway for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And it's wet. It's wet, Xbox. Wow.
Wow.
This is, really changed the race up. We haven't had a wet race at ZRL for quite a while, if I remember. Remember correctly.
I personally think it was round 2 in Singapore.
It was. All them many rounds ago. 12 rounds ago, to be exact. And we have rain here in Portugal. So let's see what that's going to do. We'll be starting in 30 seconds until lights out. So get ready for a very exciting race.
The big question just before the race starts, is the weather going to change?
I'm not sure. It does look very heavy out there, and the track is going to be absolutely drenched. But we're about to get underway now for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Here we go then. On the grid now. 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go. Frugal Mars doesn't get a good start there, which brings Echo Computer up into P1. QC Rocket dives down the outside, so does DK. And Frugal Mars will now be into P4. P5 now into turn 1, and Echo Computer leads now the Portuguese Grand Prix, followed by QC Rocket and DK. DK will definitely be in the mix this race. So let's see what he'll be able to do. It's the yellow sector there. And is there any spins off? No, there isn't. But here's DK then, right on the back wing of QC Rocket. He's making a bold move down the inside. DK is now battling side by side with Echo Computer. And it's a virtual safety car after the pig is... And it's a full safety car now after the pig is out. And that was in the first few seconds, that was a very intense little bit there. And wow. So safety car now then will bring everybody closer together. And yeah, so everyone's going to be close together. DK made a very bold move down the inside of QC Rocket. And they are probably going to be worrying now. They're going to know that there's somebody else here. And he is not here to mess around. He's going to get the job done here in this race. So, Xbox, do you know what happened to the pig then?
No, I was focusing on DK.
Yeah.
Obviously with that bold move down the inside of QC.
That was brave. That was really brave.
Yeah, really brave. But it's paid off. He got past him, clean move, and it's worked.
Yeah, so we've got 4 drivers then pulled into the pit lane. All dropping down positions now, which brings Prodigy and Dat Dark into P11 and P12, and you've got Gilksy then, who didn't set a time. He's now in P10. Obviously he had the quali ban, and he is in the points already, so it's looking alright for him.
But as we've just seen, the predicted strategies for today's race, does not look like the rain's gonna clear off.
It really doesn't, and wow, the race is going to be intense, very intense, and the drivers have got to be on top of their game today for a wet race. You've got to be concentrating every second of this race, and one slip up and you will be in the barrier, or you're grounded in the gravel. So yeah, still then under the safety car on lap 2, and we've got Echo Computer then leading the Grand Prix. He made a nice move down the outside, I believe, I'm not really sure, at the start of the race, and he did pull into the first position, obviously through Lamar's. It was a horrible start for him, and he barely even moved off the grid when he started, but obviously it happens sometimes, and it's not what he wanted to happen, but you know, it's moved up. He's gone down 4 positions, which is not good for him, but at least safety car is out, which means every driver will be very, very close together. He's in the pit lane again. I'm not sure. No, he didn't pit actually. He's in the pit lane now, pitting under the safety car on lap 3. Guilty gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So not only a quali man, but he's now got a 5-second time penalty. And Xbox, do you know off the top of your head what race we got next? I can have a look. I forgot though. So actually, no, it's fine. Okay then, so yeah, obviously, we've got Imola next, and after that it's Monza. So, 2 Italian tracks right next to each other. After that, Austria, Hungary, and Russia will be swapped out for Zandvoort, and then after that it's Azerbaijan, and we've got break week, it's Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi. Now the rain's kicked in then, Xbox. Oh, safety car's in this lap actually, but before it goes in, let's ask you, now the rain's kicked in, what do you think is going to happen then? Because, you know, it's going to be challenging. It's a 5-second time penalty as well. It's going to be very challenging. Yeah.
After that start, I think DK will challenge Echo, and QC will challenge as well. Pringles is looking good.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's just see how it all pans out. Obviously, we've got Ben down in P13, last week's winner, along with Bass in P15, who was P2 last week as well.
And yeah, then here we go. Let's see what's going to happen after it's a safety car restart. We've got Pringles then trying to go down the outside of QC Rocket even, and he doesn't be able to make the move on that corner there. Echo Computer still leads the Grand Prix after the safety car restart, and it's DK then, who is in P2 with the rest of the pack battling behind. And was that Dark? That is that Dark, who's just out now of the Grand Prix. So that's a Williams and an Alpha Tauri out of today's race, and that's a Mercedes as well round, which will be Zach Duck. Yep. And that's the same corner that he spun in qualifying actually. Ben gets a 3-second time penalty, and I am very, very excited to see what DK can do in this Alpha. I'm getting all my names mixed up today. The Aston Martin even, who he's looking like a very, very talented driver.
Yeah, as we can see, he's already 1 second ahead of UC Rocket. So Echo and DK look like they're pulling away a little bit.
They really do. So let's have a look a bit more down the grid then, as there's the yellow flag there. Obviously QC Rocket P3 Frugal Mars has made a position back up in P4 now. Pringles P5, Josh Dawson P6. Echo Computer puts in a fastest time. Josh Dawson then, yeah, like P6. Jarvis P7, who pulls into the pit lane. ADS then moves up into P7. NXS in the pit lane 2 with Ben, which moves progeny. But I think that's them. Looking round the outside of that Mixon, and they're just a bit too far back. But that's NXS retiring, and also that was Bass then, nearly spinning it round, and he's got someone up his inside now. It's Progeny who's going to be wanting to get up there on the board today for some points in constructor standings. And yeah, Xbox, is there a chance then? This is a very, very bold question, but is there a chance that DK will be able to catch up with Echo or QC on points by the end of this league, this season?
I think he'll be really close.
Yeah.
But I just think it's that little too far into the season.
Yeah.
Maybe if he joined in maybe the 10th round of the season, he would have been able to. But it's the 14th round now.
Maybe just a bit late now, yeah.
And maybe just that little bit too late, as he just sets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 28.5.
Yeah. So, yeah, not looking good for the Red Bull team then. You got a 1-2 last race. Now it's a 9:13 for them. And that's passing 9th and Ben in P13. And I think we should shout Ben out a little bit for being a very good social media manager for us at ZRL. Makes a lot of the promotional content and manages the Instagram for us. So that's he's very, very good with the technical things. But UGL Dat Mixon then in the Aston Martin. He's got a Red Bull up his inside, and he's on his debut race as well. So let's see what he'll be able to do. There's not really much action going on now. The Red Bull has pulled back a little bit, and QC Rocket then is still hanging on to P3 with his teammate down in P6. And yeah, while we're here then, we'll just have a look then at the constructors standings. Fast then, with a flying lead, 262 points. Strong team, aren't they, Xbox? But I think Echo and Progeny I think they're very good teammates, as that Mixon goes wide. I'll tell you something, your Xbox. Aston Martin, they are the last team, the 10th in the constructor standings, but with DK, they've got a chance of getting up there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as myself being a driver, you've got to put in the hard work, especially if you want to win drivers or constructors. You've got to have that bond with your teammate. You've got to work together. That's even making sure you don't double stack, like your pit stops. You stay aware and like be awake, and you have like good teamwork, good bonds. Obviously with DK and maybe UG that Mixon being his new teammate. They're looking quite strong at the moment, obviously with P2 and P10, both in the points at the moment. Aston Martin looking quite strong today.
They very are, yeah. And that Mixon then. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you're looking at him, but there's a bit of a trend going on with him. He keeps drifting. Round each corner, he looks like he's struggling for grip. As he's got the Mercedes of Zach Douglas behind him. Will he be able to get past? He's looking down the inside, but he's just too far back for that one. And look, that makes it again off wide. I didn't even realise DK is leading the Grand Prix on his debut, on his debut race in Z1. Wow. 98 then on the Aston Martin, leading the Grand Prix in Portugal. Echo Computer and QC Rocket trailing behind him, and they've got to feel embarrassed. This new driver coming into the league, and just comes and beats them all.
Should have put a bit on it, Jack, shouldn't I? What did I say?
I know. And, yeah, lap 8 out of 33 then. Obviously, DK then is leading the Grand Prix. Well, I'm not really surprised to be fair, because he was looking very, very strong on pace, but very, very happy for him. Last person on the grid, then we've got Gilksy with P14, as DK gets a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a look at time penalties, shall we, actually, while we're here. Time penalties, then we've got DK, and speaking of time penalties, we've got through a mark, another one. So DK then with a 3-second, and that's a Red Bull struggling a bit there, but DK with 3 seconds. QC Rocket with 8, through Mars with 3, and Ben with 3 as well. So the 8-second that QC Rocket's got, that will not be good for him. And obviously you got to remember, Echo Computer's going to get 10 seconds added onto his time after the race. So you know, even if Echo was in front of DK, he's still dropping down a fair few positions, you know. So.
Yeah, so obviously with Echo having his time penalty, he wants to try get in front of DK very quickly so he can maybe try build up some gaps in between him and the rest of the pack.
Yeah. And we'll have a look at the stops as well then. So DK stopped, sorry, this is position changes. The position changes then, DK made up 3 positions. Frugal Mars hasn't had the greatest of starts, with he's gone down 3 positions, started on pole. And it's now in P4. Josh Dawson gone up 1. Pringles down 1. ADS has made up 3. Prodigy, very good. Bass 2. Is that look down? Bass down 2. Is that look down 2? Dat Mix on his debut race made up 2. He's just out of the point. Jarvis down 3. Not a great start for him. And Ben up 3. And we've got Gilksy there in P14 with the same position when he started.
Just as you were saying, old Jack, Echo Computers picked up a 3-second time penalty. So by the end of this race, if he can't get rid of that time penalty, 13-second time penalty for Echo.
That's really, when you think about it, that's going to really, really impact the driver standings. And I think that's a Williams round, is it? Yep, there's a Williams round, and that's ADS. The poor ADS is in the points still. You'll only get 1 point if it finishes like this, but that's unfortunate for him now in the Williams. But yeah, 3 drivers then DNF from this race. So NXS, I can't even remember what happened with them, to be honest with you. The pig went out on lap 1, didn't they?
Yep.
And DK, oh no. Oh no. Looks like DK's game might have lagged out, which means Echo's computer's going to get past him.
So does QC.
No. DK. What's happened, mate?
No.
Oh, QC.
This is like what's been happening to Ben the last couple of races.
It really is. And that is really, really unfortunate. Gilbert gets a 3-second time penalty. But how unfortunate is that? DK then disconnects from the game on his debut race. He was doing so well, and now down into P3, but it's not that bad, because Echo Computer, well, I mean, DK's got to keep, well, DK's AI has got to keep this gap out, which is, he's dropping very, very far, but Echo Computer then obviously is going to get,
and obviously, if he's like out of the race for quite a bit, look who's in 4th place. It'll be McLaren 2-3.
Yeah. That would be good.
Wow, is that a 20-second time penalty?
Wow. Dat Mixon then. He's probably near qualification. With a 20-second time penalty. and that is going to really impact his race.
Well, but I see QC trying to go for a move on Echo Computer around the outside.
We're going to go watch that then. Here comes QC Rocket then. Round the final few corners, and he's going to set after Echo Computer. Down the straight they're heading to now. QC with an 8-second time penalty. Echo with a 3 with the extra 10. And they both pit. They both go into the pit lane. And it looked a bit like QC was going to mirror what Echo was doing there. He was completely following on what he was doing.
Here comes Josh Dawson on DK for the race win, for the race lead.
And here comes Josh Dawson then, yeah. He's trying down the inside, and DK's bot just shuts the door on him. I think Prodigy's making a few positions up, isn't he? So that's quite nice.
Yeah, definitely. I think he started P16.
Yeah. And there is Josh Dawson then, absolutely flying past DK. And now, this is a nice sight to see even as well. Josh Dawson in the McLaren is leading the Grand Prix. And let's see how long he can keep this for. So DK will probably not be able to get past him. It's a bot, and AI difficulty today is not set very high, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to get past him. But Echo Computer then will probably be able to gain later on. Yeah, we've lost 3 drivers today, so let's hope it stays like that and we don't lose any more. And we don't want any more safety cars as well. I mean, the back markers would probably appreciate it, as I did mention that earlier on in qualifying, but, you know...
Personally think Gilksy would love one right now.
Yeah, really would. Gilksy gets a 5-second time penalty as well, so it's just a race from hell for Gilksy today.
But Josh Dawson is into the pits.
And DK does go into the pit lane as well, which means Echo and QC Rocket did pit the lap before. Will they be able to get past DK and Josh Dawson before they exit the pit lane? And it looks like they will be able to, at least Echo Computer anyway. Echo Computer flies past them and now is leading the Grand Prix, but does have that big time penalty, which will be added on at the end of the race.
But QC has not got past Josh Dawson.
And he hasn't.
And they
teammates
touch
together. And did they wheel bang? Did they touch?
QC went into the back of Josh Dawson's car, so QC might have wing damage.
QC may have wing damage then, ladies and gentlemen. And he does move up to P2 with Dart Mixon picking up a 3-second time penalty. And you can see Josh Dawson in the background there. Okay then, that Mixon then pulls out a fastest lap out of nowhere. I don't know how that's happened, but he's just managed to pull out a fastest lap.
He has got multiple time penalties for corner cutting.
Yeah, that probably is the reason, to be fair. And I think, is that Zach Duck again? Same corner.
Yep, Zach Duck is round
Third
again.
time round today.
Same corner.
When in that corner, do not like each other.
Oh no, just found out. DK's internet had cut out. I need to get an info real quick.
Yeah, and we've just got word then that Gilksy's electric has gone off, which means he will not be competing in the race again. But there's Pringles, flies past DK's bot, and through Mars picks up a fastest lap as well, which will be one extra championship point if he does maintain that. And he did start on pole, and he's now down into P6. Really spins his
I have just noticed there's no rain. It's dry.
It's dry. Yeah, it is dry. We haven't even noticed that. And obviously that means the race will go a bit quicker now, and obviously the drivers will find it a bit easier to overtake and just drive in general.
But that is the Ferrari of Jarvis, I think, having a little moment there at turn 1.
We've just seen Echo Computer as well pick up a fastest middle sector, Will he be on for a fastest lap here? Might snatch it away from Frugal Mars in the Alpine. We don't know at the minute, but he is going to come around the final corner to cross the line. Where, well, will he be fast enough to put in a fastest lap and take that one extra championship point? No, he will not on this lap here.
And that is QC.
Oh, and that is QC. QC's round. Is that on the straight? Yes, it is. And he's going to go into the pit lane. Luckily, it was just before the pits. But
what a surprise. Pringles is up into P3.
Pringles, then, one of the original drivers from ZRL, came back to make his comeback. He did drive for Mercedes before, and he somehow managed to reserve for Mercedes today in 2022. And yeah, P3 for him at the minute. And Ben gets a drive-through penalty, speeding under the what was it, yellow flag, I think, or no?
It was underneath a virtual safety car, but there wasn't one.
Yeah. Oh right. Okay. And DK is just due back. If he takes control of his car, oh, and that's Pringles nearly round. But if he takes control of his car, he is going to be back in this race. He's in P5, 9/10 away, now 1 second away from Frugal Mars. Gilty's back on as well. So, it's
but
not
as
over
we
for
see,
both them guys.
P1, P2, P3 and P4 are all on mediums. He has gone to the soft compound.
He has, and that could change things up then. That could maybe be the tyre, but obviously the mediums will last a little bit longer than the softs. ADS is on the hards. He looks like he's probably going to try and go to the end on them maybe. I'm not really sure, but he's only been on them for 2 laps now.
Same with Bass.
Yeah, Bass is also on the and Sack Duck, sorry. Didn't know that. But Ben and
But as I see QC taking the last corner, who has just set a fastest middle sector, will he be able to take the fastest lap for the extra championship point?
We'll have to see, won't we? As that's Josh Dawson as well,
No, he can't.
The fastest middle sector, and he doesn't. But Zach Duck and Jarvis takes it away from him with a 1:23.8, and that's an extra championship point then if he keeps that, and that will be crucial for him in the driver standings. If you're just joining us, then we've got Echo Computer, who will be picking up after this race, and that is an Aston Martin round. I think that's Dat Mixon doing donuts. Doing donuts there. But anyway, if you're just joining us then, Echo Computer, he's just put a fastest time in. But he is P1, but he will be picking up a 13-second time penalty after this race. And the time penalties are, the fastest laps are coming out of nowhere now, and Josh Dawson gets a 1:22. And that must have been a very good lap. Josh Dawson is through on Mars now with 1:21. Wow. Echo Computer improves.
And now DK!
DK now. DK then is back in the race. And he might be able to make a comeback. I'm excited to see that one. Very excited.
But as we look at the standings of the race at the moment, Josh Dawson is in P1.
Josh Dawson is
effectively.
He will be in P1 really, yeah. So, you know, he will know that as well, I think. So, he should know that anyway. So, yeah, he shouldn't be.
He probably
really
got
worried.
his teammate QC Rocket cheering him on,
Yes.
so Josh can maybe take some points away from Echo. Obviously, will help QC out massively whilst he's down in P8 after that spin on the main straight.
Yeah. If we just have a look at the gap to the leader then, so if that's Echo Computer then snatching the time, the fastest lap even away. But I did see DK then setting the fastest first and second sector. Will he be able to take that championship point to cross the line now? And he's hot back in his car for redemption. And Frugal Mars takes the fastest lap, and DK
But so does DK.
Does manage to take it back, yes. 1 minute 20.2. These laps are getting faster and faster. This is very exciting. We've got a lot of people getting faster and faster and just improving their times. But, you know, Josh Dawson there, obviously still in P2. He is trying to catch up with Echo Computer, but he really is, Echo is, extending his lead out. Zach Duck manages to get past Zach. No, I think it's a bit of a battle here. Yes, it's side by side with Zach Duck and Jarvis. Who's going to come out on top then? Ferrari is currently at the front of this battle, but it looks like Zach Duck's going to get DRS down the inside. He's going to make a bold move round the hairpin, and he does be able to make the move, but they're still side by side. Jarvis and Zach Duck. And that's the Ferrari trying to pull in front. There's a bit of wheel banging there, but the Ferrari will pull ahead and stay in front for P9 after that little battle there. But I don't think Zach Duck is giving up. He will be back at him. And he should get the DRS down the straight as well. Here he goes then, Zach Duck, down the straight with Jarvis. He gets a little bit of a strip steam and he will get DRS. Which way will he go? He goes down the inside, the side by side. He's going to fly past him. But will Jarvis be able to get past him? He probably will not, as Zach Duck manages to extend the lead a little bit there with the DRS. So, Xbox, just think about this then. So, Echo Computer then, obviously, 13-second time penalty after the race. As it stands anyway, that will put him then, obviously at the minute, Echo Computer will be down to P2.
Not necessarily, because Dawson is now 10 seconds behind with a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, never mind. Didn't think about that, because they've got time penalties, yeah, never mind.
But here we see Jarvis trying to get past Zach Duck after Zach Duck passed him on the main straight with DRS.
Yeah, we're going to watch this little battle there, and the DK extends the fastest lap out even more. It's Jarvis then on Zach Duck. He makes contact and gets wing damage, and that's Jarvis then with a bit of wing damage on the left front. And I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls into the pit lane just now. He will be struggling to turn though to get in there, and that'll be such a relief for Zach Duck, who is now free from the Ferrari. So he will be relieved.
As I just watched on with Frugal, because he was within 1/10 of Pringles.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Back in for third place.
Close here.
But whilst this little battle's happening, DK is now closed in within 2 seconds of Frugal Mars.
And from this helicopter view on the stream here, you can see in the background, not right now, but when it turns around, you can see in the background the Aston Martin of DK is closing in. But obviously, as I've just been speaking, Dat Mixon on his debut race in Z1 is now out of the session.
I know, is that going to bring out a safety car?
And it does.
And
it does bring out a safety car. On lap 21. And yeah, everybody now, well, for Echo Computer, this is his worst nightmare, because it's going to bring everybody close.
Rocket, this is brilliant for him. It brings it back all into his hands, and he's pitted as well.
Nice for him that. As obviously Echo Computer then, horrible for him. 13-second time penalty. I've mentioned it quite a lot already, and everyone's going to be so close to him. If one of them gets a good jump on him at the start and they get past him, he's just going to be dropping down, and he really isn't going to do well for points, is he?
No, definitely not. Obviously, looking back at last week in Spain, a great result for Red Bull. Obviously, not doing that great today. P10, P7,
Yeah.
still both cars picking up points, but we wasn't expecting that, was we, Jack?
No, it wasn't. Obviously, what do you mean? Wasn't expecting the 1-2? No. Is that what,
No.
yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, we really wasn't expecting that. Obviously, uh, it was a great drive from them. I think they was trailing behind the championship rivals, and then obviously they both went out. Obviously, controversial crash between Echo and QC last race. There was some people not very happy about it there. And it was after the safety car restart. Echo Computer dived down the inside of QC Rocket on the second or third turn last race, and yeah, a lot of people wasn't very happy about that, which put QC in the wall, and he DNF'd from the session. But obviously after that we'd seen Echo Computer spin, and he was out as well, which brought the two Red Bulls up into the top positions. So it really did play into their hands last race, but they were still doing well to stay behind and get that 1-2.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as obviously me being a driver and you being an owner, we should really never underestimate anyone of their ability, because anyone can pull anything out the bag. Anyone can do anything that they want to do, and you just got to believe. And I think that's what Ben and Bass done last week in Spain.
Yeah, they're
Well,
very
obviously,
good
a couple of weeks before that,
together,
Bass's head dropped quite a bit, because obviously in Britain he was doing very well in that P2 spot, but spun it going into turn 1. Very unlucky for him, but
yeah.
Red Bull are starting to pick up some points and maybe coming into contention for the constructors' battle for the end of the season.
Yeah, it's looking nice for them. Very good teammates. They work together tremendously well. Okay then, so we're on lap 23 out of 33. Full safety car is out, and we've lost 4 drivers in today's race, with 13 remaining. Obviously, we've just been on about the Red Bulls with Bass and Ben, very good teammates. They work together tremendously well, but I do like how QC and Josh Dawson work together, especially, actually, I do like how Echo and Prodigy work together as well. Good teammates there. Prodigy though, P6, he's probably going to be hoping to get a good jump on DK. DK will be wanting to get a jump on the cars in front. He wanted to get his top position back. A safety car will be in Xbox, so we're going to be getting some racing laps now for the Grand Prix. And to be honest with you, I'm excited about DK, and I'm also excited about the front two. There's Williams in the mix there, and that's ADS. As we restart the race now, an Echo Computer absolutely flies away from the pack, and didn't really get a jump on him. So, Echo Computer is probably going to be able to extend that lead. Very, very good, but Frugal Mars has retired into turn 1. And that's Frugal gone. Started on pole. and is out of today's race. That is very sad to see. And yeah, so Pringles then P3 Xbox is doing really well in the Mercedes, and obviously if Charlie doesn't come back, he will probably be able to get a full-time seat.
Yeah, definitely. But obviously, as we just seen into turn 1, DK went for a move down the inside of Friggle Mars. He really got past Pringles. They both collided, DK and Frugal. Frugal went into the barrier, and as DK's gone to the track, it was quite an unsafe re-entry to the track, with hitting either Bass or Ben, spinning them round.
Yeah, that's what's cool with them. 1 minute 19.8 fastest lap in the Haas on the medium compound tyres, and that will be the extra championship point for him, which he will need with this time penalty.
You said Xbox call for again, mate.
Did I? Oh, right, never mind. I should have said extra computer.
Oh, I would never ever be in P1. But the Ferrari Jarvis is round there at turn 4, and he's out.
Oh yeah, Jarvis then. Jarvis is out of the Grand Prix, and DK then coming out of the pit lane. Will we be able to see a bit of Jarvis's wreckage? And we can. He's right into the wall there.
Must have had a little moment coming out, maybe hitting the acceleration too early there.
I just noticed
But
as
then
well.
Ben's round as well.
Oh no, is he?
Yeah, Ben was round. But there's a collision between the Mercedes
and... Mercedes is round, and that's Zach Duck, which will enable Ben to get right past him. And it's Bass and Ben right together now. Echo Computer extends his lead with the time penalty. Oh god. Fastest lap even. And also, just realised that Prodigy is now into P4, which obviously that safety car definitely contributed to that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But as we can see, QC Rocket has moved down a place.
He has now down into P9. It is a horrible race for him today. Today was really the opportunity to jump to the top and extend his lead, really, because obviously Echo is not going to... Well, it depends on where people are, really, where it puts him after today's race.
At the moment, I do think Echo Computer is down to P4, just behind teammate Prodigy.
Yeah,
which will move Prodigy into P3.
Yep. Which will mean more points for Haas, really, which is good.
Yeah, but as we were talking about Red Bull not doing so well today, after safety car reset, they're now P5 and P6.
And they are gaining, to be fair. They're doing very well, and I'm happy for them, you know, doing really well together as a team, and
like we said, working together.
Yeah, working together very well.
It's what happens when you work together, and maybe if your teammate's fast, you let them pass, so they've got that bit of clean air. And they replicated Max and Checo at France.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's either Haas or Red Bull are the best team working out there.
Yeah.
In this league. I don't think myself and Paradox are that far behind, but as I'm new to Alfa Romeo, it sort of just hasn't clicked yet, but it is coming with me and Paradox. Obviously, me and him picking up some good results, but obviously me not being able to race for 2 weeks due to my injury. Obviously racing last weekend, but obviously race ban this weekend. So yeah, things are starting to click between me and Paradox, but not just yet.
Alright, so it looks like we'll have to wait a little bit longer for that then, but so definitely coming that. But as you were speaking then, DK did extend his well, he took away the fastest lap, but if I'm going to go on board with DK now, who's just behind Zach Dorp, And DK hasn't had the best of safety car restarts down into P8 now. Who I believe was in P5, so he did have a bit of a chance, but has dropped down a few positions now. Obviously Pringles as well in P3 came back for his first race, and as we're speaking about him now, he's going to try down the outside of Josh Dawson, and he makes a proper bold move there, and Josh Dawson just gets on the accelerator a little bit more faster, and he closes the door on him a little bit there, with Pringles nearly lost his front wing a little bit into the corner that a lot of people do not like. The spins happen quite a lot on there, as Pringles is trying to close in on Josh Dawson. Here we go then, the moment that we've all been waiting for. Pringles gets DRS down the straight on Josh Dawson. Josh Dawson moves over to the right to close the door on him. Forces Pringles down the outside. Pringles then was in front for a little, for a split second there, as Josh Dawson manages to get on the accelerator and has the advantage and just goes straight in front. But it's not over yet, as Pringles gets DRS once again on Josh Dawson. Which way would he go? Inside or the outside? Drives down the outside.
He's going to go around the outside.
And still, Josh Dawson has a bit of an advantage there on into the corner a bit earlier, and has just pulled away a bit there.
It just looks like here, if Josh and Pringles are just going to keep battling, it's just going to let Echo extend his league, and especially with 4 laps to go, it's really crucial for Echo and in his championship battle with QC. Because QC ain't picking up a lot of points here, obviously being in P9 now. This is very crucial for Echo, and he's hoping that Josh can't pull some strings for QC.
Yeah. One thing to take out of it today, though, for the McLaren team, Josh Dawson at the minute, if he finishes in this position, will be scoring some nice points for himself and the constructor standings. So his team will be very happy about that, I'm sure.
But obviously, if they stay within this close, he won't be getting P2, I mean, sorry.
He won't. He'll be getting the race win, won't? Actually, no, 6 seconds, never mind. He's got 6 seconds time penalty, which means where would he end up then?
I think he would end up behind Prodigy.
Oh, he would do, yeah. That's unfortunate for Josh Dawson, I'm guessing. Which isn't nice for him, but another thing that isn't nice for him, he's got Pringles right behind him, and he's just not giving up.
So does this mean Pringles is on for a race win in his first race?
It does. He really could be on for a race win today. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But Pringles, then, he is a very good driver. He just kind of lays off and then goes in for it. Makes the bold moves when he needs to, but he's just struggling to get past Josh Dawson at the minute. So we'll have to wait it out for a minute. Only 3 laps remaining as well.
There's a little battle going on here between Zach Duck and QC for P8.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that, shall we? In a few seconds, let's have a look at this. Will Pringles be able to get past Josh Dawson? Josh Dawson moves down into the inside. Pringles then is ahead of Josh Dawson, and Josh Dawson's fighting back though. Down into the inside, forces Pringles behind him now, and Josh Dawson will stay ahead, but it's not over. Once again with DRS for Pringles down the outside. This is the 3rd time it's happened now between Pringles and Josh Dawson, and that really wasn't very good for Pringles there, but very nice corner exit, who does now bash into Josh Dawson. And without bashing, he might have been able to get past him there, or close up to him. He isn't giving up at all. He's back at it again with DRS on Josh Dawson, P2. Here we go then. Josh Dawson just keeps doing the same thing, moving down into the inside. Pringles then does get ahead for a little bit, but it looks like Josh Dawson might be able to just pull in front. And Pringles makes the bold move there, shuts the door on him, and Pringles is now up into P2. But it's not over, because Josh Dawson, obviously with the DRS, is going to go down the inside this time, and he'll probably be able to take his position back. But it is wheel to wheel.
This is some brilliant battles
up the hill.
going into the last lap of the Grand Prix.
Wow. And Josh Dawson then pulls back in front and is back into the position.
Pringles nearly spun it there.
He started in, and he did, on that awkward turn there. Obviously, as Xbox mentioned, going into the last lap now as well in a minute. So,
what we aren't seeing with this battle, Prodigy is only 1.4 behind Pringles. Can we see Prodigy get involved in this?
It's a possibility. On the final lap, as Xbox then down the straight to start his final lap.
These keep battling. QC Echo is going to keep his P1 spot because he is 12 seconds ahead of Josh Dawson.
And these guys are really making it easy for Echo, as Pringles is normally ahead into that corner, but he isn't this time, as Josh Dawson stays ahead of Pringles. Obviously, I've said it for the 4th time today about Pringles. It's not over yet for him. Down, tries to get past Josh Dawson, who's way too far back there, even with DRS. But Prodigy, you can see just behind Pringles, closing up like Xbox said. But it's not long now until Echo Computer is going to cross the line, and we all thought that this time penalty is going to do a lot. And at the minute, it does look like Echo Computer is going to take this. Is going to take this win. Okay then, though. Here comes Echo Computer round the final corner, and he's going to cross the line now to win in Portugal. And he won in Monaco, spun out last race, and now comes back to win this Portuguese Grand Prix. And he will be keeping that, as it's a fight to the line for Pringles and Josh Dawson. Pringles now in P2, and he's back better than ever with Prodigy as well in P3. So it is a Haas 1-3 today here in Portugal. And Josh Dawson P4, Bass and Ben P5 and P6. A good drive from them. And here's QC Rocket to cross the line, P8. Not a great points finish for him. And Echo Computer then. Correct me if I'm wrong then, Echo. God, I'm getting mixed up now. Xbox. Echo Computer will definitely keep that race winner, right? I think. Because there was 13 seconds gap between them. And yeah, that will be it then, I'm guessing. As Guilty takes P10. And ADS comes round.
He had a second time penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, Echo Computers race win will stand by 1.1 seconds.
That's ADS spinning on the final straight, but he did manage to cross the line in time. Wow, that was a crazy race, to be honest. That's Ben, the driver of the day as well, but I wasn't expecting Echo Computer to keep that race win. He is very, very lucky to do that. He's a very, very talented driver. But that's it's nice to see both Hasses on the podium today as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a sort of feel for DK and QC. All going well until the DK disconnected from the lobby, and since QC spun. Obviously, QC tried getting back into it, but never really happened after he spun. And DK after the safety car restart.
I know, yeah.
But that all started when he disconnected from lobby. But well done to Echo today, and also Pringles and Prodigy for the double Haas podium, and for Pringles for getting P2 on his return to ZRL.
Yeah, so as we've just heard Xbox mention there, Echo Computer takes the race win. Portugal. Pringles, back better than ever, is now... he finished P2 in the Mercedes car, and I'm sure he'll probably get a full-time seat anytime soon in Z1. Prodigy then P3, Josh Dawson P4, Bass P5, Ben P6, P6 even, DK P7, Zach Duck P8, QC P9, which he could have done, he would have wanted a bit better than that, and Gilksy P10 after getting a quali ban as well. So thank you for joining me and Xbox in the commentary box today, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks' time, actually, for it is Imola, I believe. So it will be Imola, and yeah, thank you for joining me, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks.